1, 2, 3.
This is Ms. Marina Chang for KiteForum.com and the Kiteboarder Magazine. We're here at the 2008 Surf Expo trade show. Right now we're here in the Nobile booth talking to John Cousineau from Trident Sports, the North American distributor for the Nobile brand. John, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and what your role is with Trident and Nobile?
Okay, as far as Trident and Nobile, inside sales for Trident Sports, basically the head of the kite department at Trident. And for Nobile, just tech support in North America, and basically their go-to guy.
So, John, right now we're looking at the 2009 Nobile 555. This has been the bread and butter twin tip for the Nobile line. Can you tell us a little bit about what riders can expect that may have purchased a previous model and what you worked on for 2009?
Okay, so there are a few changes for 09 for this board. The most noticeable is the fact that it's asymmetrical now. It's not, we've got a different outline as well as rocker line on the heel and toe side edge. And this is something they call the human concept. Obviously, you can generate more power off your heels than you can off your toe side. So they run a straighter rocker line on the heel edge and a more curved rocker or outline, on the toe side edge. So the toe side is more about carving, turning, and the heel edge is more about power, upwind performance, and pop and load. They've also moved the fins a little bit. Again, just because these two fins are closer together, because most people are weaker on their toe side, and so it just makes the whole feeling on the toe side that much easier. As far as internal construction, they've got something called 90-10, so 90% wood laminate core as well as 10% honeycomb. So, really lively core. Wood has an excellent vibration dampening system, and then lightweight out of the honeycomb. So.
Is this the first year that Nobile has introduced the wood core, or was that existing last year as well?
Last year they used Airex as well as wood and honeycomb, so they've eliminated the Airex out of these boards. So, Airex doesn't absorb vibration as well as wood does, I don't think. So, so they have done some changes there, but, closer to snowboard construction now with wood and honeycomb.
So what would you classify as the most noticeable difference between what riders will be getting for 2009 compared to last year?
Well, I think the whole human concept, the asymmetrical board, the fact that it's going to ride better on the toe side than it did in previous years. They've also, like I said, changing the outline. It just makes it smoother to ride on both toe side and heel side. Yeah.
And what board sizes does the 555 come in? What ranging from say the smallest to the largest?
I think the largest is 140 by 44. And I think in the women's model we do a 125, and I don't know the width on it. 125 I think is the smallest.
Is the women's model new for this year?
We've done women-specific models in both the 666 and the 555. And it is truly women-specific. Narrower chassis, narrower stance, lighter construction, softer flexing. So it is truly women-specific.
So it's just not fancy graphics dressed up?
Pink. It's not a 555 in pink. It's actually a women-specific board. So.
Can you tell us a little bit about the accessories that come standard on the 555?
555 has integrated foot strap, so easy mounting and adjustable from real small to really big sizes, and a nice comfy foot pad as well, so gives you that good locked-in feel.
Then come standard, we have the grab handle. And then what about the fins? Did anything change on the fin?
We did some changes for fins. We added these blocks just to add a little bit of strength to the fin hold. The actual fin is the same, but that's the biggest change. Just to displace the pull on these bolts a little bit across the top sheet.
So now we're checking out the 2009 Nobile 666. John, can you tell us a little bit about what changed and what didn't from 2008 to 2009? What were the goals in making the 2009 model?
Okay, so a lot of the biggest changes that were made, obviously, again, asymmetrical shape. Some of the complaints that we had about last year's 666 was spray in the face. So 3 major changes we've done to reduce that. The first one being adding 8 mil of rocker to the center of the board. The Nobiles have a hydrodynamic rocker line, which means all the rockers in between your feet and the tip and tail are totally flat. So by adding some rocker to the center of the board, we brought the tip and tail up a little bit just to reduce the spray in the face. The second thing we did for that was actually move the foot strap mounts 1 centimeter closer to the center of the board. Again, most of the time the water travels across, hits the foot strap, and comes up and hits you in the face. So by moving that forward, we've reduced that a little bit. And then, of course, the third thing is we've changed the outline of the heel edge. It's fairly, we've added some curvature in here and then narrowed out the tip and tail. So again, the board just sits a little bit deeper in the water, so you don't get as early penetration of water coming over the edge. It's going to happen farther down the edge, and that's been achieved by just narrowing it out. As well, again, we're looking at a asymmetrical shape, so more curvature on the toe side, fins set closer together, just a more comfortable feel on the toe side edge, and then heel side edge is built for pop, edge hold, and upwind riding. So
if I was a new rider and I was considering purchasing a Nobile board, why would I prefer the 666 over the 555?
666 is definitely a stiffer board in the line than the 555. The rider that's looking at this board is more interested in having an aggressive board. It's a bit stiffer. You can load and pop a little bit more with it because it is a stiffer board, and it takes a bit more ability to ride something like this. You have to be on top of this board all the time. Whereas the 555 is a way more comfortable feel for somebody that doesn't want to have to think about what they're doing all the time.
So is your 555 kind of position more as your all-around, all-terrain board, and this is more your powered wake style, freestyle type board?
Yeah, that's exactly right. This is the more advanced rider that wants something a little more aggressive and that feels a little more aggressive. Whereas the 555 is definitely super comfortable, super easy to ride, super good feeling under your feet. So,
John, can you just briefly take us through the accessories again on this board as well?
Again, similar to the 555, integrated foot strap and pad. So this is all one unit, and again, really adjustable, easy mounting. It's got a grab handle, as well as the new fin blocks, just to displace the weight of the fin bolts across the deck a little bit more. General.
And what size fins does it come with?
These are 60 mil fins, I believe. Oh, sorry. I think they're all 60 mil fins on everything in the line.
So women are starting to get more attention in this industry. Products geared toward our size, right? Style, etc. Can you tell us a little bit about the NHP 666 for women, and what we can expect that may be different from 2008 to the 2009 model year?
Okay, so as far as from 2008 to 2009, again, we're doing an asymmetrical board. Again, because it's a 666, we moved the foot straps closer to the center of the board, changed the tip and tail width to reduce the amount of spray, as well as added some rocker to this board. That's the basics for 08 to 09.
So does it have the same type of configuration as the 666 for men? Is it basically a board dressed up for women, or have you done specific things for women on this board?
This is definitely a women-specific board. It's in a shorter length, obviously. Here we're looking at the 125 by 38. It's also narrower, again for women. The stance on the board is narrower, again for women, and also compared to the 666, they have softened up the flex in these boards just to make them, again, more user-friendly and just a nicer ride, an easier ride for a lighter weight person.
Is the 666 the only women-specific twin tip you have, or is there another model as well?
No, they also do a 555. It's the same size as this board is, but again in the 555 construction, so again even softer flexing, narrower stance, narrower board, just set out basically for women specifically.
We're now checking out the Nobile 2009 999 board, which is obviously a board made for lighter wind conditions. Can you tell me, is this a next generation board, a new board, and a little bit about what this riders can expect from this model?
Yeah, so this is basically Nobile's Lightwind performance board. So really similar layout to the 666, but just in a bigger chassis, longer, wider, built for light winds. Similar construction to the 666, but again, just a bigger setup. They've changed it to XTR from last year, and yeah, super nice looking board for light wind.
So what may have changed? I mean, what did Nobile work on improving or changing that a rider might notice in the performance difference for 2009?
Again, they're using the CAV, which is complete anti-vibration. Again, this is a wood and honeycomb cord board, so really smooth across water. You're not going to get any unstable vibration through the board. And also asymmetrical again, so you've got a bit different outline toe side and heel side for riding it either way.
How many sizes does this board come in?
This board comes in 2 sizes. This is the bigger of the two at 143 by 48. The other size is 138 by 42 maybe. I'm not 100% sure. That's a good question. It's smaller than this. I can't remember, 138, but I don't know.
So again, with the 999, can you just briefly go over the standard accessories? I'm sorry. It's a 666. Okay, sorry. It's a 666 XTR, not the 999. My dyslexic issue here. So anyway, can you just go over the accessories with us a little bit?
Yeah, sure. Again, similar accessories for the other boards in the line. Easy mounting, integrated foot pad and strap that you can make really big or really small, fits a variety of size feet, as well as a foam covered grab handle and the fin blocks again just to displace the weight of the fin bolts across the deck.
So on the bottom of the board, did anything change regarding the shape or other than becoming more parabolic and so forth? Again,
they did change the outline. The rocker has changed a little bit as well in this board, but the biggest thing you're going to notice is the asymmetrical shape, just being easier to ride on the toe side edge because it has more of a outline, and then a straighter edge on the heel side, which again is for the power upwind riding.
So can you tell us what the board, what the size range is for this particular board, and go over a little bit the accessories again that are included standard on this?
I don't know this. I can look and then tell you. I can't.
So John, can you tell us tell us what sizes this board comes in, and a little bit about the accessories that come standard on it as well?
So as far as size goes, it comes in a 134. A 138 and a 142 as well, and we have the same accessories that we have on all the other boards here. Again, integrated foot strap and pad system, super adjustable, nice foam covered grab handle, as well as fin blocks on the top just to distribute the weight of the fin bolts across the top of the deck.
Okay, and moving to the bottom deck of the board, did anything change regarding rocker line, etc., fins?
I think we're using really similar rocker line to what you've seen in the 555s in the past. So still super user-friendly, flat in the nose and tail, all the rocker in the center, and then concave base shape as well. So
we're now checking out the Nobile 2009 Skimboard. John, can you tell us a little bit about why somebody might want to add this type of board to their quiver?
Well, this board is really going to extend your riding. This is something that you can use in lighter wind conditions because it's super wide and very flat. It gets up on a plane really easily. So for light wind conditions, this is really fun to ride, as well as maybe some smaller shore break or flatter conditions. It's kind of like riding a skateboard, skimboard cross. It is a skimboard with fins on it. It still feels really loose, and it's still really fun to ollie and jump, as well as its awesome light wind characteristics.
So if you took the fins off this board, would it function like a regular skimboard or no?
I don't think so. The rocker line is set up to be kite specific, and like I said, it still feels really loose with the fins on it. It's still really easy to break those fins loose. I've never actually ridden it without the fins, but I think it's meant to be with the fins, and like I said, it's still a really loose feeling Lightwind board.
So this is a more for maybe a rider that's been around, that's ridden for a couple years, and maybe looking for something new to add, to the riding style and level.
Yeah, definitely. This board's going to just give you a different perspective of what can be done on a kiteboard. It doesn't come with straps. It is pure strapless board, as well as it's super fun to ride. Like I said, it's very similar to like riding a skateboard or a skimboard, something like that. And it's great for that person that maybe wants to explore beyond their foot strap twin tip, as well as the light wind capabilities. It's awesome in the lighter winds because it is so wide.
So would you compare the light wind capabilities of this with, say, a directional board or one of the light wind, the twin tips made for light wind, or how would you fit it in there?
Yeah, I would say it's definitely comparable to both a directional board and a EXT or XTR style board that's super wide. Just a bit more challenging, obviously, because it doesn't have foot straps, and a lot more fun in all kinds of conditions, not just light wind. Super fun in lit up conditions as well.
How about waves? How did the skimboards perform in the waves?
Obviously, anything that's over shoulder height, I probably wouldn't be on a board like this, but definitely in waves, this thing is super fun. It's got a narrow tail on it, so it is still really quick edge to edge, and a lot of fun in light wind sessions on some smaller waves. It's a directional board, and it turns real well. It's a fast rocker line. Again, it's fairly flat, so it wants to accelerate down the face of a wave, and yeah, it's super fun in all kinds of smaller wave conditions, definitely.
So, John, now you're displaying the 2009 Shin model. Can you tell us a little bit about what this board is all about and how it differs from the other boards in the line, and who's going to most appreciate this type of board?
So yeah, this is kind of premium construction from Nobile. The Shin is the most high performance construction on the market. We're looking at a 90-10, so 90% honeycomb, as well as 10% some composite material. This board is not geared towards the hardcore freestyler or the beginner. This is a very middle-of-the-road riding board. Super friendly to ride, super easy to ride for anybody. Best suited for all conditions, the most user-friendly board in the line. But like I say, highest quality construction. You can notice that it is fairly rounded tip and tail. We are asymmetrical as far as outline goes, so this makes it ride really nice in wave conditions. It rides really nice in flat water, as well as it's got the nice flex characteristics to ride in a typical bump and jump style setting.
What exactly does honeycomb? What does that mean to general everyday Joe when you say honeycomb construction?
Well, I think everyday Joe is going to think about cereal when you say honeycomb, but honeycomb is actually aluminum honeycomb that came from the aerospace industry, and Nobile's found a way to pre-preg the stuff so it doesn't absorb a whole bunch of extra fiberglass or resin into it, and use it in this. Now, the biggest advantages are light and strong with honeycomb. Honeycomb is a very, very light material, and that's what you're getting when you get this board. You're getting something that's light, strong, but still really lively feeling. This is it's beautiful construction, like I said, the nicest construction they do, and definitely a bit higher price than some of the other boards as well.
So if I had the 2008 Shin model, what might be the biggest difference that I would notice moving on to the 2009 model?
Well, of course, the asymmetrical shape, again, this human concept where you can produce more power on your heels than you can on your toes. So they've opened up the outline on the toe side a little bit, added a bit more curvature to the tip and tail of the toe side to make it more carvy on the toe side. Obviously, on your heel edge, you're more about power, upwind ability. On the toe side, you're mostly turning and carving. So just makes it user-friendly on both edges.
Can you go over a little bit about the accessories that come standard with the Shin board model?
So Shin has really similar accessories to the rest of the Nobile line. Again, integrated up, which is super easy mounting and fits a variety of size feet. Also foam cover grab handle, which is really important for carrying your board. And again, the fin blocks, just to displace the forces of the fin bolts across the top of the deck. And they also have little mounts for a leash or whatever else you need to mount to the top deck of your board.
Did anything change on the bottom deck of the board?
I think the bottom outline, or rocker and base shape is quite similar. Like I said, the biggest changes are in the outline of the board and the fact that it is now asymmetrical.
So, John, now we have the Shin Wave board, which I believe it's in its second generation. Can you tell us a little bit about what changed from year to year and what a rider might notice about those changes?
So I think the biggest change, obviously, is the cosmetics on this board. They did change the graphics. As far as construction, it's very similar to last year's board, really successful. Last year was the first year for the Shin Wave, so we've carried this model over to 09 with the cosmetic change. And yeah, that's basically it for changes.
What exactly is the construction of this board, and can you tell us a little bit about the performance characteristics, sizes, etc.?
So this board only comes in one size. It comes in 148 by 44. As far as the core goes, it's a 60-40 composite split. Yeah, still looking at the same snowboard style construction, super bomber, super lively feeling board as well.
So can you tell us about this, because it seems like some of the industry has gone more toward or positioning their board lines as boards that you can also surf on. So obviously this one is not something that you take the straps off, or is it that you can also, maybe use as your main surfboard. Can you tell us maybe the philosophy behind that?
Now, this board is really marketed towards the person that has never ridden a directional board. The fact that it has fins on both ends and the foot straps are not centered but closer to center than most directionals. This is the board that's going to take somebody off their twin tip and get them onto their first directional board and get them that surf style feeling on a kiteboard. It's not, it's not a surfboard style construction. It still can be ridden and switched because it does have fins on both ends, but it's a nice outline shape that still turns and has a really friendly surf feel.
John, let's go over the accessories that are included in the Shin Wave board.
So as far as accessories, Shin specific multi-directional foot strap, so you can put your foot in on either side of this foot strap. The padding on the top deck is glued onto the top deck, so that stays where it is. And then again, fin blocks just to displace the force of the fin bolts across the deck. And then 5 fins on this board. 4 twin tip style fins, as well as 1 center surf style fin, just to give it that surf style feel.
What type of warranty policy do the Nobile and the Shin boards come with?
1 year manufacturer's defect on all the Shin and Nobile products.